welcome to Naja Brinee's big podcast. It's been a minute since I sat and recorded, got a name change, not really, but a name change. Now the reason why I haven't recorded any podcast, for the past couple weeks since WrestleMania, SmackDown and Raw have just not been giving what it's supposed to give since WrestleMania. And I thought it would pick up after Mania, and it didn't pick up slightly until today. So that's why I'm sitting here finally recording a freaking episode for you guys. So I apologize for not putting anything out. It's just I just didn't have enough stuff to talk about. Also, my hair is different, so yeah, I'm getting sidetracked. Let's get into the podcast. Now, truth be told, recently for SmackDown and Raw, I've kept it on until I heard my favorite people theme songs like Bianca or Naomi, Sasha, Roman, New Day. It's pretty much Drew. Other than that, it honestly has been background noise. Why was that so hard to say? It's been background noise for me since WrestleMania. Yeah, since WrestleMania. So it's been hard for me to actually sit through and tune in, especially Raw, because Raw is 3 hours long. And if you aren't captivating me within the first hour of Raw, it's background noise, or I just mute my stream because this just hasn't been worth it. So tonight in particular, if you're on wrestling Twitter, that journalist Sean Ross Sapp, Fightful, they leak the SmackDown or Raw plans. They never do NXT, but SmackDown and Raw plans, and two names that made me even turn on Raw tonight: Asuka and Mustafa Ali. So you bitch, yeah, I tuned in for Asuka and Mustafa Ali. So that's probably what mainly I'm going to be talking about, and Bianca Belair's match. So let's get into talking about the best parts of Raw, in my opinion. First, Raw started off, it's been 20 years since Randy's debut. They did a really well put together video package. Whoever be putting them video packages together for WWE, be putting their foot into that. Just perfect. It's really all. I wasn't tuning in for Raw for Randy. It was a nice little thing before Ezekiel and Cody Rhodes and the Usos and Seth and KO. Am I forgetting anybody? Probably. It was just a lot of interruptions, and you know where it was leading to. It's Randy Orton. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Moving on to the Raw Women's Championship match. That match confused the hell out of me. First, what was it? Sonya went over the table, and then it resulted in a count out. Then Sonya then popped up. At first, I was I was teed off. I'm the match was 10 seconds long. Then Sonya popped up, and then she was ordered to restart the match, and it was no count outs and whatever. I'm I'd be forgetting she's an official. So match restarts, they're fighting, and then she blamed Bianca using her braid. I'm but you're the one that grabbed the braid and tried to, I don't know what it is. It's always, I'm even gonna say it, the white women just don't touch a black woman's hair. Don't do it. It ain't cute. Don't do it. So anyway, Sonya had Bianca's braid. All she did was literally whip her into, the timekeeper's area. Sonya pops up, whacks her with a chair, gets disqualified. I'm okay, Bianca's still champion. Then Sonya proceeds to restart the match as a no count out and no disqualification, and then brings out Carmella and Queen Zelina. The same team, 2 weeks prior, broke up. And then she brought them back out to help her. So after a while, I'm like, okay, Bianca's gonna win. So I just clocked out the match. And then when I do mentally check back in the match, Queen Zelina's tracks is on the turnbuckle. I'm like, I looked away for 5 seconds. I didn't even clock out that long. I looked away 5 seconds. Her hair is on the turnbuckle. And then, as you can see from my face, I don't know, the match was just everywhere. I don't know. And I looked away, and then Queen Zelina on the floor, Carmella on the floor. Sonya Deville go head first into a chair. Carmella on the floor again. KOD, she wins. Hometown pop. Her hometown pop was amazing. That match though, please don't. You gonna make Sonya an official or a wrestler? Just please make her a wrestler, cause I know she's doing her job as a heel. Cause I can't stand her. I can't. Even the backstage segment where she smacked Queen Zelina and Carmella. Listen, Adam Pearce, Scrap Daddy AP on Twitter. Fix this. Okay. Moving forward, yada yada yada. Not the 24/7. It was Dana, Reggie, Tamina, and Akira Tozawa. I was clocked out that match too. I'm telling, I can't sit through Raw anymore. I try, but I'm losing my focus. So anyway, after that, Becky Lynch comes out looking like a robot, a determinator, an exterminator, all of the above. She had me in the first half of her promo. I thought she was crying. I'm like, oh, you know what? And then she picked the mic back up and started sounding real wonky. I'm like, this woman's an actor. She is an actor. Like I said, probably a couple episodes back, I applaud Becky for even since returning, her work since returning, just from her title matches, how she helped build the other girls up, make them look stronger. Shoot, even now I want to see how she's gonna be now that she lost the title. I'm excited to see what the inner Seth Rollins and her brain is working, because I like crazy stuff. So Crazy Becky is going hit. That hurt. So she's going on and on about how she is title, how she's gonna get her precious back, and talking about people facing her. And then you hear that was a horrible. I'm so sorry, Asuka. Then you hear the beginning of Asuka's theme song. When I tell you, I was so happy to see Asuka back. I literally cannot wait for Bayley to come back to the women's division. It's been a year since Asuka's been on TV? Over a year? The women's division needed Asuka back. I said that. Well, I agree now with Becky. But Becky, Asuka back. I'm probably crying when Bayley come back. I miss Bayley so much. I miss her obnoxious laugh. I miss the ding dong. Hello. I miss that. But Asuka, listen. I don't usually get really excited for feuds, but it'll be good to see a women's feud outside of the title. I'm ready. Becky looked shook. Asuka was ready. Asuka gonna beat Becky. I'm just excited to see how this is gonna go, how it's gonna build up, because like I said, I'm excited to see a women's non-title feud. I want to see Becky work her way back up to, you know, title picture. I don't want to see her take it off Bianca, though. So, we're not going to wish that again. But I'm excited to see how Becky is going to work, like, in non-title feuds. Because it's been, like, what, 3 years since she hasn't had a title? Aside when she left from having her baby. But, yeah, it's been, like, 3 years. And Asuka been out a year. I know Asuka, she probably got some new moves in her arsenal even. So I'ma still pop for my sister regardless. So I'm so looking forward to Becky and Asuka feuding. I'm so looking forward to it. Then moving on to the next segment. So like on the journalist person's page, it said Mustafa Ali was gonna interrupt Ms. TV with Mrs. Special Guest that man. So Mrs. Music hit, and I'm like, bring him out, bring him out, bring him out, bring him out. Then commercial, of course. So anyway, Ms. TV starts. That man comes out, and Miz starts to say he can see himself, or he sees himself in that man. And I said, Michael Mizanin, no, you do not. No, you do not. No, you do not. Maybe in ring, even so, no, you do not. You don't compare yourself to that man. No. Anyway, when that man's on screen, I mentally check out. And I don't know, they said something about wanting to be a fighting champ. Like I said, I don't care about that man. So I was not paying attention to anything that man was saying. And then the hit, and I screamed. Now, I'm telling you, I love Mustafa Ali. That's my guy. That's my boy. That was the king of 205 Live, man. Like, the fact that he hasn't had no main title run on the main roster, like, I'm not going to rant, because then this is going to be like 30 minutes of me ranting about Mustafa Ali. And he's probably one of the only other wrestlers I'm like real passionate about, besides, you know, Big E right there in the New Day, male wise. It's probably the only other male wrestler I'm gonna go wrestler. Why did I just turn to Loretta from the South? Anyway, he's the only other male wrestler I would literally go to bat for. So I don't know. Austin Theory's talking about challengers for his United States title. Of course he challenged. And of course, Theory, that man, I just said his name. That man declined. But listen, Mustafa Ali is going to get that match. And I think it'll probably be at WrestleMania Backlash next month. So my agenda is Mustafa Ali snatching that title off of that man and getting a nice decent run. I want like a 200-day reign. I want more, but we gonna say 200-day reign at the least. That is the least you can give that man after he asked for his release and y'all did not want to release him or put him on TV for Lord knows how long. That is the least y'all can do. So put it together, put the match together, sign the card, sign the contract. There we go. Sign the contract. Get this match at WrestleMania Backlash, because that match don't need to be on a random ass Raw. It need to be on a pay-per-view. I want to see Theory crying to Vince McMahon And then Vince, I don't know, saying you're fired or something like that. It ain't gonna happen. But yeah, I want Mustafa to get that title off of that man ASAP. No Rocky. No Rocky. But it was so great seeing him back. He looks so happy to be back, and I'm glad he's back as a face. I like heel Mustafa, but face Mustafa Ali. Anyway, he proceeds to have his match with The Miz. He beats The Miz, of course. And I'm so excited for him to be back. I can't wait to see him. He needs to be on weekly. Y'all need to use the hell out of that man, because that is a talented man. Okay? Okay. And if you look on his Twitter, you know he's been practicing. He probably got some new moves up in his arsenal. Listen, I'm ready. I'm ready. And y'all need to push that man to the moon. Push him. Because people are behind him. From the whole Free Ali movement, people are behind him. So push that man to the moon. Give him that title. I want 200 days minimum for that United States Championship. Just get it off that man. And it has to be on Ali. Because if y'all didn't want to let him go, y'all better use the crap out of him and give him a reign. A good reign, a long reign, a decent reign, not even decent, a great reign. Okay? Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to end it here because the rest of the episode will literally just be me talking about Mustafa Ali and pushing that man to the moon. So, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I also wanted to say, quickly just say, I appreciate all of the kind words you guys sending me. You don't understand. That motivated me to just get up and do this. So yes, expect more out of me. Even if the episodes are horrible, I'll just talk about how bad it was. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning into the big podcast. And stay tuned for Saturday for the SmackDown Sit Down.